Hi, Verbling. Hope you're all having a great day today. My name is Lauren, as you know, and I am going to be having this class as an intermediate pronunciation class. Now, something very funny happened to me at my last class. I ended up blocking myself, so I can't type in the Verbling chat. So I'm very sorry about that, but I won't be able to type in the Verbling chat for this class. I'll have to use the other chat, the Google chat. So I'm very sorry about that. And I see that Marcia, you're back. Hi, Marcia.
Hi.
How are you?
Back again. Fine, thank you. Very well today.
Good. Nice. I see you're using my advice from yesterday. Good. And we have Daniela. Hi, Daniela.
Hi. How are you?
Hi. Good. Are you the same Daniela from my last class?
Yes, but
Good.
I was late, so I didn't attend this class.
Good. Okay, so Daniela, I'll make sure that you get to go first now.
Yes.
Okay? Good. I'm glad that you're back. Thank you. And we have Giulio. Hi, Giulio.
Hi all, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Great.
Very good, very good. This is my first lesson with you.
Yay! I hope you have fun. I hope you have fun. You should. We're reading about Neil Young. I love Neil Young. He's Canadian. Oh, Giulio, you just went on mute.
I listen too many voices. Probably I have to modify something.
Oh, yes, yes. You probably have your Verbling window open. Close the Verbling window. Only keep the Google Hangout window open.
Yes, perfect.
Yes. Yay. Okay, great. And Denda, or Zdenda, I see you writing in the chat. You said, I'm the second Verbling teacher to block myself today. I know, Sam did earlier, and I thought, oh, that's silly, and now I did it. So I'll just explain that one more time so everyone understands. I am not allowed right now to type in the Verbling chat because I accidentally blocked myself, which means I cannot write in the chat until tomorrow. I can't believe I did that. So that means that I can only write in the Google chat. So if you see probably at the top right over here, you'll see Google Chat. So just, it'll say chat with a little blue box. So I have to write in that today. But for those of you in the class right now, if you want, you can copy and paste what I'm putting in the Google Chat into the Verbling chat if you want to help out the people who are watching right now. Okay, great. So just say hello to everyone. Hi, Carlos.
Hi, Lauren. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Good. Good. And we have Fernando. Hi, Fernando.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm fine. I'm happy to stay here.
Good, good. I'm hearing some kind of feedback coming from someone. Oh, Giulio?
Yeah?
Do you have your headphones plugged in?
I think so.
Because I'm hearing myself speaking, and then I'm hearing myself speak again coming from your microphone.
Probably now?
Oh yeah, we're good.
Good.
Good, that's great. That's much better. Thank you. Okay, sorry about that, Fernando. I didn't mean to cut you off. Okay, and of course we have Igor.
Hi again.
Hi. Oh, Fernando, now I'm hearing myself speaking coming from your microphone. So, Fernando, please make sure that you have headphones, earphones in. Okay, good. And we have Mei Ling, you're back. Hi, Mei Ling.
Hi, Lauren.
Hi. Glad to have you back.
Yes, it's nice to see you again.
Good, good. And we have Nan today. Nan today?
Yes,
Hi.
Andre. Hi, Lauren.
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm fine, and you?
Good. I'm good. Thank you. And we have Sandeep. Hello, Sandeep.
Hi, teacher. How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm good, thank you.
Good. I haven't seen you in a while.
Yeah, I was unable to get your class. Your class will be busy always. It will be filled in a few seconds, few minutes.
Oh, that's funny. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
It's because I'm very silly and people think it's funny to watch me stick my tongue out of.
Not silly. The way that you teach is good.
Oh, well, that's good. I'm glad to hear that
Yeah.
then. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, so I'm just going to explain one more time. I'm not allowed to write in the Verbling chat for today. So I'm going to be writing in the Google chat. So everyone will in this class will need to go to the Google chat. All right, so I'm going to let Daniela go first and then Gustavo, just because Daniela was in my last class and she didn't get to read. So Daniela, you can read first. And does everyone know who today's Neil Young is? Does everyone know who Neil Young is? Well, he is a very famous Canadian singer.
Could you sing his famous song?
Oh,
The most famous
Igor,
song.
you're always making me sing, but I'll do it for you all. For you all.
Thank you.
Okay. Does anyone know a Neil Young song?
No.
He plays the guitar.
Pardon me?
He plays the guitar.
Yes, he does. Yes, he does. Do you know, have you ever heard of Heart of Gold? Oh, wait, I don't know if I know how to sing that. Well, what about Old Man? Old man, take a look at my life. I'm a lot like you. I need someone to love me the whole day through.
Bravo.
No? Does no one know that song?
No.
No.
You're all crazy. I'm just kidding. Well, that's okay. Hopefully you still find it interesting, and we're just practicing pronunciation. So, okay. So Daniela, why don't you start us off at some artists?
Okay. Some artists make it seem utterly courageous to follow their only muse. Neil Young makes it seem like there's no other choice. For the last 45 years, Young has gazed at his options, shrugged for a moment, and lit off for the place that seemed right. Young has always kept his fans guessing, turning an array of stylic corners, country, tongue here. Poignant picking there, and a lot of blaring guitar rock everywhere between.
Great. Can you say that first word there for me?
Artist.
Artists. So just be careful that you're not saying ah. See, my tongue is artists.
Artist.
So right now, when you're making the R sound, your tongue is being arched at the back like this. Artist. I want you to get your tongue so that it is not touching the back of your mouth anymore. Artists.
Artist.
Much better. Try it again, but try to get it even further, because right now it's making that ch sound a little bit. So I want you to move it away from the back of the top of your mouth, which is what it's touching. It's touching up here right now. I want you to move it down a little bit. Artists.
Artist.
Artists.
Artist.
Good. Good. And when you see that with the S at the end, make sure you pronounce that S. So artists.
Artist.
Good. Next one.
35 years. Sorry. 45 years.
So not ears, but years. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Years.
Years.
Good, good. And it looks like it's E and then So sometimes people say that they mispronounce it like years, but it's just the E sound. Years. Years.
Okay. Years.
Much better. So 45 years.
45 years.
Not ears, but years.
Years.
Yeah, so I'm putting this here in the chat. Do not make it sound like ears. Because ears are these. Ears and years are a different word. So if you said to someone 45 ears, they're going to think of 45 ears. I only have 2, but you know, you never know.
I speak ear too.
Yes. So, Nandre, you said you say it like ears.
Yeah, ears.
So be careful. It has to sound like that yeah sound. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Years.
Years.
Good. Next one.
Fans.
Fans. Fans.
Fans.
Perfect. Next one.
Airy.
That is actually pronounced array. Array.
Array.
Array.
Array.
Good. Next one. Ooh, what is that supposed to say? That.
It's
Oh,
okay.
that's supposed to say. That was supposed to say. That. So say the last word in the chat there.
Everywhere.
No, so the last word in the chat, it says, it starts with a T.
Oh, okay, sorry. Twang.
That's pronounced twang. Same sound, twang.
Twang.
Good. Next one.
Everywhere.
Every. So make sure you get that R sound. Not everywhere. So not everywhere, but everywhere. Everywhere.
Everywhere.
Good. And that's a very common word, so important to get that one. Okay, that's the biggest thing I have for you. So the two, for example, why don't you say this word for me?
Arrive.
Good. So when you're saying that word, now when you try to say this word, try to say that one now.
Artist.
Good. That was a lot better. So just be careful that you're not making it sound like when you're saying words like artist. And also, yes, the Y's are very important. Because if you pronounce... Oh, my goodness. I don't know what I'm doing right now. But yeah, if you pronounce it like the I, then you will start saying that with a lot of Y words, like ew, instead of you. Or you will start saying different words that are not, for example, ears instead of years. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Thank you, Daniela.
Thanks.
You're welcome. And now let's move on to Carlos. So Carlos, you can start reading at It Doesn't Matter.
Okay. It doesn't matter if the songs are personal confessions, allusive tales, or bouncy throwaways. Since the mid-1960s, John has filled each with immediacy and passion, two hallmarks of a career that has been utterly influential and wildly fun to follow. He's like your weird old uncle if your uncle were a rock and roll genius.
Good. Good. Okay, why don't you say that first word there?
It?
So be really careful with the difference between E and I. So it is pronounced it.
It.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
And that's with a lot of words, even like this one here.
Throwaways.
Yep, so that, make sure you've got the TH sound. It is not throwaways, it's throwaways. Throwaways.
Throwaways.
There, that's much better. You don't ever want it to sound like like tro. It must always be throwaways.
Throwaways.
And try not to let your tongue roll when you make the R sound now. So instead of throwaways, make it throwaways.
Throwaways.
Much better. Much better. Good, good. Next one.
Young.
Good. So you said jong. You said it like a J.
Young.
So just be careful. That's perfect. What you're saying now is perfect. And next one.
Patient.
That is actually passion. Passion.
Passion.
Do you know what passion is?
Yes. It's when you like something too much.
Yeah, you can be very, very passionate about something. So not necessarily too much, but for example, I have a passion for teaching. That is what I love. So passion.
And for singing.
Oh,
Of course.
not quite. Not if I was as good at singing as I think I am at teaching, I'd be very happy.
But you're passionate.
My passion. Passion.
Passion.
Passion, yes. Yes. Next one.
Influential.
That's another one with the I sound. So, Gustavo, that's a really good one for you to practice. I sounds. Influential. Influential.
Influential. Influential.
Perfect. That was perfect sound. Next one.
Weird.
Weird. Weird.
Weird.
Yes. The reason you want to make sure that you get that one right is because you don't want it to sound like this. Weird. You don't want it to sound like that word, which means we are. You don't want it to sound like we're. So it's weird. Weird.
Okay.
Good. And I'm going to give you one more right now.
We're true.
Not true. Not true. Right now, you sound like you're saying this. It sounds like you're saying true.
True.
You want it to sound like the same word, but change the T to a TH, like this. Through.
We're true. We're true.
Through.
It's difficult.
I know. That's a good one for you to practice, though. Hey, everyone, do you know what that means if someone says to you, we're through?
No.
If someone says, you know what, we're through, that means that we are breaking up.
Mm-hmm.
So if we are friends and I say, you know what, we're through, that means we are not friends anymore. Our friendship is through. It is over. So,
Okay.
you know, Gustavo, that really hurts my feelings. Okay. So you know what kind of sounds you can practice with, right?
Oh, okay, teacher, thank you.
You're welcome. And Fernando. So, Fernando, I'll get you to start reading
Yes, I'm here.
at Young was born.
Young was born in 1945. As a child, he moved with his mother, Racy Ranglan, to Winnipeg, Canada. As a child divorced, his father, Scott Young, as well-known sport journalist and author, Ney played in several high school rock bands, including the Squirts and the Stardusters. He also began hanging out in local folk clubs where he met musician Stephen Stills and Joey Mitchell. Mitchell wrote the Circle Game as he heard Sugar Mountain Jones' poem to youth.
Great. Okay. I put a couple words in there, but Fernando, next time you come to Verbling, could you please make sure you have no background noise?
Okay.
Okay, yeah, there's just a lot of people talking in the background, and that is getting recorded onto our website. So it's really important next time that you have no background noise, okay? Okay, good. So I need you to repeat that first word there for me.
Don't. Now.
Yeah, so not ja, but ya. Yeah.
Don't.
Not ja. Watch my tongue. It is going like this.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Young.
Down.
Keep your mouth open. Not ja. You are doing ja. I want you to put the bottom of your tongue here and put the rest of it up like this. Yeah. Yeah. Young. Young.
Down.
No, your mouth is closed. Open your mouth. Watch me. Young. Young.
Young.
Much better. That's how you make that sound, with your mouth open.
Okay.
Young. Young. Say it again.
Young.
No, your mouth is closed. I can hear it. Keep your mouth open. Your mouth has to be open. You don't have a webcam, but I can hear it. Watch. Young. Young. Put your fingers like this in your mouth. Young. Young.
Young.
No, you're not doing it. I can tell you're not doing it. You have to keep your mouth open. Young.
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 There. That's the sound. That's the sound.
Okay, I see it.
Good. Next one.
Known.
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 Good. Next one.
Outer.
So we pronounce that not ow, even though it's A and U, we pronounce it like aw. Author.
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 Author. With your tongue out of your teeth like this. The.
Okay. Author.
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 Good. There you go. The reason it must sound with that TH is because, do you know what an otter is?
Okay, yes, I know.
An otter is a little animal that swims. It's very cute. You don't want to say that he was friends with an otter because everyone will think he's crazy. So he must sound like author. Okay, next one. Next one. Fernando? Fernando, can you please say the word that starts with an N?
Neil?
Neil. Neil.
Neil?
Yep.
Okay.
Next one.
Rock.
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 Good. Next one.
Musician.
Oops. That's supposed to say musical, like this.
Okay. Musical.
Musical. Good. And not music, but musical.
Okay, musical. Musical, excuse me.
Not musical.
Musical.
Much better. And Fernando, I'm gonna skip on to Gabrielle now, just because I'm hearing kids running around in the background. So I really need you next time to make sure you have no background noise. Okay?
Okay, sorry.
That's okay. Thank you. Okay, let's move on to Gabrielle. Hi, Gabrielle. Hi. You can start reading for us. Can you hear me? Okay, I can't hear you. You might be on mute. So
can you hear me now?
There you are. Yes, great.
Oh, hi. Hello.
Great. Okay, so I will screen share right now.
Okay.
So you can see, you can start at in the mid-1960s.
Okay. In the middle of 1960s, he moved to Toronto, where he began performing solo. In 1966, he and bassist
Yeah, bassist.
Bruce Palmer joined the Minachbird, I don't know the words,
That's okay.
which included Rick James and had a deal with Motown Records. After that fizzled, he and Palmer.
Keep going.
He and Palmer drove to LA in Young's Pontiac Hearse. It was nicknamed Morse.
Good. Okay, so why don't you say that first word there for me?
Sorry, what?
Can you see in the chat? There is a chat that is a Google chat at the top. It'll be right here on your screen.
Yep.
Yep, so click on that chat, and I put in the first word there starts with a W.
Where?
Hang on, sorry. So when you see that W-H-E-R-E, that is where.
Where?
Where.
Where. Okay.
Perfect. Next one.
Joined?
Joined. Good.
Joined.
Okay. Good. Next one.
The or the?
Yes. Good. So when you were speaking, you were saying it like a D, like da or D.
The.
Make sure that you are making that TH sound like you just made was perfect. So the.
The. Okay.
Or the. It depends on where it is. It's normally okay to use either one. Okay. Next one.
Included?
Included. Good. And not this one is about the stress on the syllable. So we stress the syllable clue. So we say clue the loudest. So included.
Included. Okay. Included.
Good.
Yeah.
Next one.
Had.
Good. So sometimes when you were reading, you made the sound like this with the back of your tongue, like had. Okay, so be careful. Like what you did just now was perfect. Just pay attention when you're speaking. So it should look like this. Your tongue was up at the back when you made the sound before, like had. I want it to sound like ha, not ha.
Okay. I understand. Okay. Yeah.
Good.
Drove. The next one. Drove.
So the R was a little bit rolled before. So say drove again. Drove. Oh.
Drove. Drove. Okay.
Good.
Drove.
Next one.
I forgot that one.
Try it again.
Hers. Okay.
Perfect. Yeah. And try this one for me.
It.
Not eat, but it. There you go. You don't want it, so it should sound different than the word eat, right?
Okay.
Because they do not sound the same. We have it and eat. You could say, look at that animal. It eats grass, whatever. It eats. Two different sounds. Good. So I would practice doing that, those TH sounds. Those are very important. TH should not sound like da or ta. It should sound like the, like you were doing. And those I and E sounds, like it, not eat. Okay?
Okay.
Good. And again with the H sounds as well. Be careful with the H sounds. They're always that smooth ha, had.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
No, you're welcome.
Okay, and let's move on to Julio.
Yeah.
Julio, I'll get you to start reading, please, at there.
There, Young and Palmer ran into Stills and another mutual friend, Ricky Furey, and formed Buffalo Springfield, one of the most important folk rock bands of the 1960s, who loved country music, helped shape their overall sound.
Good, you can keep reading a little bit.
The Springfield recorded Young's Broken Arrow, I Am a Child, Mr. Soul, and nowadays claims can't even sing. Kate titles of Young's catalog, but friction developed.
Okay, actually, that's good, Julio. Thank you. I'm going to get you to just repeat a couple words there for me. So why don't you say that first word for me?
Friend.
Friend. Good. When you were saying it, you were saying like a little sound after, like friend, friend. But we just say it like friend, and it ends at the friend.
Okay.
Try that.
Friend.
Good. So friend. Almost, yeah, almost like a t sound. It's just a very short, like friend, not friend. Okay. Giulio, you must speak Italian.
Okay.
Yes? Yes, my family's Italian, so I know the Italian accent very well.
Which part of Italy?
My mother is from Monte Cassino area.
Okay.
Yes, but they always put a sound at the end, like Lauren, why don't you go and eat something? They always put a little sound at the end. So just be careful. Just be careful when you're making those. We don't do that in English. So just be careful with those little ones. Next one.
Formed.
So that is formed. It is, yep, it is the past tense of the verb to form. So when we add the ed onto that word, we don't say ed, we say just a little sound at the end, like the d. So formed.
Formed.
Good. Next one.
Field.
Field. Good. So we saw the word Springfield, and you said Springfield or Springfell. So just the way that you said it now was perfect. Springfield.
If I'm not wrong, is the place where Simpson.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. You're right. You're exactly right. Okay. Great. Next one.
1960s.
So that is an I sound when you say 60. So it's 60, not 60. So 1960. So it's that I sound. 1960s. One more time.
1960.
Good, good. So just make sure that si doesn't sound like C.
Okay.
Good. Next one, please.
Love.
Love. Good. So when we say that again, it's love, not love.
Okay. Love.
Love.
Okay.
Love.
Young.
Young. So instead of it sounding like young, like, sorry, I can't make the sound you're making, but you're making it sound like an sound. I want it to sound like an sound. Young, young.
Young.
Young. Good. Good. Next one.
Is there any difference between British accent and American accent with the word young?
A little bit. They say it more like an O. So they would say something like young. She was a young girl. Young. Actually, they're pretty similar. They're very similar. British is a little bit more like an O, but ours is more like a U, like
So the right way to say is young.
Young, exactly.
Okay.
Next one.
Mr.
So instead of Meester, that's that I sound again. Mister, Mister.
Mr.
Mister.
Mr.
Not Meester, Mister.
Mr.
So try doing this. Miss. Miss.
MS.
Not but
MS.
Miss.
MS.
Perfect. Now, Mister.
Mr.
Perfect. Perfect. So just be careful with that sound there, the I sound. Instead of making it sound like an E, you want to make sure it sounds like the I.
Okay.
Okay, great. Next one.
Clancy.
Good, good. So when you were reading, I only heard Clance. So just make sure you pronounce those Y's, Clancy.
Very fast. I make many mistakes.
Yeah, and you know what, Julio? Next time, instead of trying to read it and speak as fast as possible, practice slowing it down and getting every sound perfect.
Yeah, I look an idiot if I read slowly.
Yeah, and that's okay. That's okay.
I try to do it faster.
When, you know, I always say this, when someone tries to rush, when someone tries to go too quickly, they will develop bad habits. What is a bad habit?
I fully understand.
Yeah, it's when you do
something usually.
Yes. Yes, exactly. So for everyone who's listening, a bad habit is, or a habit is something you do all the time. For example, you could have a habit, H-A-B-I-T, habit of biting your nails when you are nervous. Oh, I'm so nervous, and you bite your nails. So if you rush learning English and you say, I'm going to go as fast as possible and try to read and speak quickly, you will develop bad habits with your tongue. Your tongue will start seeing TH as Z or T instead of the, because you are rushing your process of speaking. So you don't want to rush. Slow it down, and then you will really, really improve while you are slowing it down. And then when you speed up again, everything is much better. Okay, so...
Your tips. I follow your tips.
You will follow...
I will follow your tips.
Oh, my tips. Good, good. I'm glad you will. I mean this out of my heart. I don't mean to be mean. Okay, so you know which sounds you can work on. The I sound. Yeah, that's a really important one for you. I sounds. Oh, Clancy, someone's asking, what does Clancy mean? Clancy is just the name of someone. That was someone's name. Clancy was someone's name. And if anyone sees that I'm missing something on the chat, you can just tell me, because I can't look at both chats at the same time. So I see someone is asking, what does rock on mean? Rock on is a something that means, yeah, rock on, woo! That means listen to rock and roll music. That's what rock on means. That means, yeah, listen to rock and roll music. Okay. Great. I don't think I'm missing any big classes, big questions in the chat here. Lauren, you're this, okay, good. Okay, great. And now let's move on to Marcia.
Okay.
Your turn again. So we
You
will
skipped
go.
me?
Oh, I skipped
No.
you. Oh, I did. I'm
Yes.
sorry. Sorry.
Accidentally?
I'm so sorry. Please forgive me, Igor. Don't take it personally. Okay, Igor, you can start reading at, I'll get you to start at the next paragraph. So, young, connected.
Young connected with Johnny Mitchell's manager, Elliot Roberts, and released his self-titled debut in January 1969. It was co-produced by Jack Nitzsche. Around the same time, Young began jamming with a band called the Rockets, made up of drummer Ralph Molina, bassist Billy Talbot, and guitarist Danny Whiten. He renamed them Crazy Horse, and they backed him on the Killer Guitar album Everybody Knows This Nowhere, number 34, 1969, which contains three of Young's most famous songs: Cinnamon Girl, Down by the River, and Cowgirl in the Sand.
Great. Good. Thank you. Can you please start with repeating that first word there?
With.
With. Good. So you know that you were sometimes saying weef. You were saying it like an F sometimes. Weef. Did you hear that, Igor?
Yes.
So just be careful next time. I heard you correcting yourself. You would say weef, with. So that's good that you were correcting yourself. Next one.
Released.
So with the R sound at the beginning of a word, I think that your R sounds when it is at the end of the word are much better. But sometimes, so this is what's happening in your mouth. Your tongue is trying to make the R sound, but it is touching very, very, very slightly at the top of your mouth. It's going like this. So it's going re, released. And I want it to stay still like re. See, it's not brushing against the top of my mouth. Released.
Released.
Released. And try as hard as you can not to let your tongue move against the top of your mouth.
Released.
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 Good. Good. Much better. Next one.
Debut.
So that is actually a French word, but we use it a lot in English, and it's pronounced...
Debut.
Yes. Perfect. Exactly. Debut. So we don't pronounce the T, so just debut.
January.
One more time.
January.
January.
Okay. January.
Good. And with that, the first A sound, so January.
January.
Good. Perfect. January.
January.
Good. Perfect. So see, your R sound when it's there is perfect. It's just when it's at the front of the word, starting with the R sound is something you can practice. Next one.
Up.
So not up. I'm hearing it sound like this, like up.
Yes.
So I want it to sound like up, up,
Up.
up,
Up.
up. Good. Good. Next one.
Bassist.
That is
Bassist.
a bassist.
You see, I'm correcting myself in the process.
And that's important. That's great. That's really good. Next one.
3.
Good. So do you know which mistake you were making?
Yes, 3, I think.
Yes, I think you were saying it and you were rolling your tongue as well. So what you said now was great. What you said now was perfect. 3.
Okay, 3.
Not 3, but 3.
3.
3.
3.
Good. So sometimes your tongue is just flicking a little bit. So I'm hearing 3. So I just want to make sure that it's always that perfect 3. So that very soft R. 3.
Him.
Him. Good. Sometimes you say it like him. Him.
Okay.
So not him, but him.
Him.
Good. And you used to make your H sounds like h, didn't you? Is that
Sorry?
right? When you first started, didn't you used to make that h sound, that H sound? Did I used to talk to you about your H sounds?
Possible. I do not realize when I talk most sounds. I do not realize how I make.
I wanted to tell you, your H sounds have improved over the past couple weeks because you used to say them like him, and now you're saying him with your tongue down. So that's really good.
Because I learned that from neck air should go no
Yes.
from throat, but from neck.
Yeah, that's a good way. Thank you for that. I'll use that from now on. Him. Okay, good. Thank you, Igor.
You're welcome.
Okay, and let's move on to Marcia. Marcia, it is your turn again. For real this time.
Mhm.
You can start at the singer.
The singer once told a journalist that they were all written in one day while he was stricken with a fever from the flu. The album went gold and much later platinum. And Young found that he had a backing group who he could rely on for decades. In 1970, he accepted an invitation to join Crosby, Stills and Nash. In the spring of that year, CSM and EY released the much acclaimed Deja Vu.
Thank you. 1 second. Okay, say that first word there for me.
Written.
So that is not E, that is an I sound. So written.
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 Written. Written.
Written.
Written. Written.
Good. Written.
Written.
Written. Good. So that's much.
And I never noticed that sound. Never. It's the first time. I always learned wrong. I never.
Oh no! Well, that's what I mean. Bad habits, because that's why verbling is so amazing, because you get to speak with native English speakers.
Yes.
So that's great.
Useful.
Yay! Okay, next one.
In.
Same sound.
In.
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 So try. In. There you go. Perfect.
In.
Perfect.
Oh.
Do you hear the difference between in and in?
Yes.
In is not supposed to sound like in, right?
Yes.
Two different sounds. Good. Great. Next sound.
Platinum.
So we pronounce that word with no I sound. We ignore the I. We don't pronounce it. We say platinum. Platinum.
Platinum. Platinum.
Good.
Platinum.
Good. Next one.
Could.
So instead of it sounding like could, like an oo sound, I want it to sound like an could. Could.
Could.
Could.
Could.
Good. Could. Good. Could.
Could.
Good. Same as good. Same sound. Good. Could.
Good. Good. Could.
Not good. So that's another word that you can pronounce better. Good.
Go. Could. Could.
Good.
Could.
This is the difference. You don't want your could and good to sound the same as food. These are different sounds, right? So you were saying could, which sounds kind of like food.
Food.
You don't want, so food, you're correct. That's oo sound.
Food.
But the other ones are good, could. They're different than oo.
Oh, could.
Perfect.
Could. Okay.
Perfect. Perfect. Next one.
Invitation.
So again, that's the I sound. Invitation. Invitation.
Invitation. Invitation.
Invitation.
Invitation.
Perfect.
Invitation.
Perfect.
Invitation.
Good. Next one.
Stills.
That's another one with the I sound.
Oh, stills.
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 There you go.
Stills.
There you go.
Stills.
Perfect.
Oh, it's because that the people don't understand me.
Maybe. Because if you ever said, yes, I am steel, that sounds like you were saying steel, like the metal. There is a metal that is steel. So you don't want to say, I am steel. You're trying to say, I am still, like I am continuing, I am still happy, I am still...
Still.
There you go. Yes. I know, I can see you're trying so hard. It's so important. Good. Next word.
Released.
Yep, perfect. Perfect. Next one.
The.
Yes. Make sure you are always making that TH sound.
The.
All the time. Because you don't want to forget when you're speaking. Sometimes you make it sound like duh.
Duh.
Yeah, and you always want it, yeah.
The.
Good.
Acclaimed.
So that is just the short ED sound at the end. Acclaimed.
Acclaimed.
Perfect. Good. Good. So you know which sounds you can work on, right, Marcia?
You're right. You copy that.
Yay. Good. Good. Okay, and Mei Ling.
Yes.
Great. Do you understand the expression last but not least?
Yes.
Good.
I know.
For everyone watching, last but not least, what does that mean, Mei Ling?
Is when you are the last in the list, but it's important too.
Yeah. So it means you're last, but you are not the least important.
Thank you for the consideration.
So, yes. So last but not least. That's good. Daniela's asking, what's the different sounds between steel, and still? So steel, with the two first ones you wrote there in the chat, are both the same sound. Steel. Then there's still. So we have E, I. So we have steel and still. Okay, good. Thank you. So Mei Ling, you can start reading at all of a sudden.
Okay. All of a sudden, your world was ubiquitous. His third solo album, The Masterful After the Gold Rush, number 8, 1970, includes Crazy Horse, 17-year-old guitarist Nils Lofgren. The album went gold and yielded the single Only Love Can Break Your Heart, number 33, 1970.
Can you just keep reading a little bit, please? Deja Vu?
Deja Vu. Deja Vu was still a strong seller, and it was becoming obvious that Neil Young was one of rock's most fertile artists. Harvest number 1, 1972, was written largely while Young was recuperating from a sleeped disc and recorded with an assemblage of studio musicians dubbed the Stray Gators. It featured the number 1 single, Heart of Gold, and made the hippie singer-songwriter a superstar.
Thank you. Okay. Can you please repeat that first word there for me?
Yes. Of ubiquitous.
Oh, sorry, that was supposed to be separated. So of is pronounced like a V. So of, not of.
Okay, of ubiquitous.
Yep, that's a funny word. It's ubiquitous.
Ubiquitous, yes.
So not ub, but ubiquitous.
Ubiquitous, okay.
Much better. But that means if something is ubiquitous, it is huge, it is famous, very famous, it is everywhere. Right now, Britney Spears and Lady Gaga are ubiquitous. Everyone in the world knows who they are.
Yes.
Okay, next one.
After.
So not after, but after.
After. Okay. After.
Good. Next one.
Included.
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 Good. Next one.
Single.
Single. Good. Single.
Still.
Single. Say single again.
Single.
Good. So be careful not to pronounce that like single. Single.
Yes.
Okay, single. Single.
Still.
So your sound was perfect. It's the sound you are making before you say the S sound. So I'm hearing still.
Maybe it's possible.
I want to hear still.
Still.
Perfect. Perfect. So trying not to make that sound first. Still.
Okay.
Next one.
Cellar.
So not, that's the same as after. So I think maybe
Cellar.
Cellar.
Yeah.
Yep. Mainling, what language is your first language?
Spanish.
Spanish. So in Spanish, if you have ER, do you pronounce that like or a?
With e.
Right, so that must be why you're pronouncing it. So just remember that in English, all of the ER sounds are pronounced as
I've got a lot of American friends. They always say after.
Yeah, because they have are they from the South American states?
Yes.
Yeah, so they have a southern accent, something like this, right?
Yes.
Yeah, they also say the I sound like I instead of I, right?
Yes.
They'll say I want some of that. Yeah, so I teach I guess Canadian accent or North American states accent. So
Okay.
that's after and cellar.
After, cellar.
Good. Next one.
Young.
Good. When you were saying it, you said it sometimes like a j, like jung.
Okay.
Just remember, if you ever, how do I make that sound again? You can actually keep your mouth open when you make the y sound. Young.
Okay.
Perfect. Yes. Next one.
Story.
Good. And next one.
Largely.
So instead of largely, it's just 2 syllables. So you just say largely. Perfect. Good.
Largely.
Good.
So
For all, I know, but that's okay. You're getting it. You're getting it. If you're ever not sure, go back and rewatch the classes that you were already in, and it will help you. It will help you so much to remember the words you had troubles with. But anyways, I must go now. Class is over, and I know some of you need to get to your other classes. So I'm going to try to get myself unblocked from Verbling. But I have 3 classes tomorrow around the same time as this one. So if you'd like to join me. And I put my Verbling information and my Facebook information there as well. If you want to copy and paste that and put it into the Verbling chat, that would be great. And yes, I must leave. Goodbye, everyone.
Bye-bye, Lauren. Thank you very much.
Nice
Have
to
a
meet
great
you.
day. Bye.